because it's out there now. So this morning, this is one of Evan's. And so what we're doing this morning is 30 on, 30 off, right? So basically just 30 minutes of work, 30 minutes of rest, and 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. And then, so what we're going to do is off weighted squat. So that's essentially holding one kettlebell, one weight off on your side. So when you hold on one side, you're going to squat down. You can hold with both hands just as long as the weight is on your side. You can also just hold it there. If you have a dumbbell, you'll hold it just off of your shoulder. But we're squatting down and coming back up. At the 15-second mark, you'll switch sides, and we continue squatting with that. Okay, so then we'll rest 30 seconds. Push-up position pull through, which we're pretty familiar with. Push-up position, drag that weight from under you, drag it back for 30 seconds. Single arm swing. So it's a swing or deadlift. I always give the option of a deadlift. Just thinking of like pushing hips back. So reaching back as far as you can coming up. If you're swinging, you'll pull the weight through and bring it up to about chest or chin height. And if you're doing the deadlift, you'll slide that weight right down. Just think about sliding your pinky right down the inside of your knee. Okay, and then at 15 seconds, we'll switch hands, whichever variation you're doing. Hollow hold with a press. So this is new to us. Evan does quite a few of these, but we don't. So hollow hold is just kind of holding your shoulder blades and your feet off the ground. All right, so here you're going to be holding and then pressing. So start with that weight up. We're just kind of holding your head and feet up off the ground, and we press. Okay, so the variation, the modification for that would be just a floor press, like leaving your feet on the floor. But it's a good way to work some core in while you're doing a press. Last one, weight or lateral squat. So feet are set wide, holding that weight off of your shoulder and doing a lateral squat. At 15 seconds, we'll switch sides. Okay, so we've got 4 rounds of that times 5 minutes, so a total of 20 minutes. And shouldn't be anything too groundbreaking. I think the 30 seconds rest is going to feel like a lot, so we can get a lot of good work done in the 30 seconds that you're working. Okay. All right, so let's wrap up the foam roll. And we'll get moving here. All right, starting off on the ground. We'll start off on your back with a dead bug. All right, so just laying on your back, trying to make the round or the arch in your low back disappear. So you're pressing your low back into the floor. Kneecaps will face the ceiling and fingertips will face the ceiling. From here, we're going to reach with opposites. So right leg, left arm, reaching out as long as you can, keeping that your hips stable. Everything else is going to stay stable. And then we alternate. Let's reach for about 20 seconds here. Again, we're looking to move your leg around a fixed hip joint. So that means your low back shouldn't be peeling up off the ground as you go. And good. Let's push your heels down into the floor. So again, keeping your tailbone scooped under, right? We don't want to extend your ribs up towards the ceiling. We're going to keep your ribs down, scoop that tailbone under. And from there, we're going to go through a floor slide. So we're nice and strong with our hips, sliding your elbows down along the floor, trying to reach into your back pockets with your elbows. And good. All right, let's curl up on your side. We're going to do a rainbow today. So your knees are going to curl up even with your waistband. We're keeping your belly strong. Start with your fingertips together. And then from there, you're gonna put your thumb on the ground on the floor, and then we trace that thumb along the ground as long as you can. Try to keep your eyes on it, and then we open up to the other side, and we'll close over the top. So tracing that thumb along the ground, try to follow it with your eyes as long as you can. Then close over the top. We'll go for about another 15 seconds here. Go at your speed. As you're taking that thumb behind you, make sure your knees stay stacked right up on top of each other. So it's almost going to feel like you're pressing your top knee forward a little bit so that it doesn't pull back. And good. Let's go to the other side. Knees come up even with your belly button. Making sure that they're not pulling back as you open up. And we'll go for about 20 seconds here, going at your speed. Ten more seconds. And relax. All right, let's come up to half kneeling, so one knee on the ground. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. So we're gonna think about taking your thigh and spinning it in. Easiest way to do that is to take your back foot and turn your back foot out. Right, so when you turn your back foot out, it rotates your thigh in. So now we've tucked our tailbone under. Last thing we're gonna do is reach up, straight up towards the ceiling. It's gonna give you a little bit of extra twist. Just wanna make sure that you're keeping that tailbone scooped under. A lot of times, just because this one turns so much, sometimes it throws people off balance. So if you have to put a hand down or whatever, don't worry about it. It's pretty common. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. So we'll get our hip flexor stretch first, then take that back foot and spin it out, which is gonna rotate your thigh in. Everything else stays the same. Once you get that stretch, we reach up towards the ceiling. And good, let's go hands to the floor. So keep that knee forward. You're gonna go hands to the floor. You can also put your foam roller underneath your hands, but then we're gonna straighten that leg. And let's go back down to the floor, reaching your elbow for your shoelaces. And we'll switch sides. So we're pushing up towards the ceiling, straightening that front leg. We'll go back down, reaching your elbow for your shoelaces. You can either keep your back knee off the ground or drop it down onto the ground. And good. From there, let's go feet wide. And just working back and forth here, working your way down into a lateral squat. It's going to be the last movement that we do in the circuit, in the group. And relax. Okay, last movement here. We're going to do a reverse lunge. So we step backwards. And then on that same leg that you're standing on, you're going to reach forward and think about flying like Superman. All right, so let's do 5 of those on each side. Reverse lunge, then tilt forward into an SLDL. Okay, we're working 5 on each side. You go, make sure fingertips are reaching forward. So as you do the SLDL, you're going to reach those fingertips forward rather than down towards the ground. Okay, so when we're ready, all you need is one kettlebell or one weight for this. One kettlebell, one dumbbell, whichever you have available. So remember, off-weighted squat for 30 seconds, push-up position, pull through for 30 seconds, single arm swing, 15 seconds aside, the hollow body hold with a press, and the weight or lateral squat to finish up the round. Okay, we're doing 4 total rounds for a total of 20 minutes. All right, we'll get started in 10 seconds. Getting started with that off-weighted squat just means we're holding the weight off to one side. Starting in 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Just bring the weight up to one side. I'll call halfway. And halfway, switch sides. And rest. So the whole point with these off-weighted things is anytime you put the load off center, it becomes more of a core workout because you have to keep your body from tilting over. So just applying the stress differently changes the exercise completely. Okay, so this is a good bit of variation for us. Push-up position, pulling that weight back and forth underneath your chest. Ready? And here we go, 30 seconds. Biggest challenge here is keeping your hands under your shoulders rather than letting them walk out in front of you. 3, 2, 1, rest. One good way to do that, if you want to challenge yourself with those, would be to have like socks on a slippery floor or even putting furniture sliders under your feet. I find myself sort of reaching my hands out in front and propping myself up. But if you have your hands under you, your feet won't slide. All right, single arm swing, 15 seconds each side, or deadlift. And here we go. I'm going to demonstrate the deadlift to start. So just pushing hips back, letting that weight slide right down the inside of your leg. Halfway, switch it up. This one you can just keep the movement going. Always finishing strong at the top. 2, 1, and rest. So this actually works out pretty well. A little bit lighter intensity on a Tuesday after a pretty challenging Monday, and then things will crank back up tomorrow. So Tuesday, Thursdays are going to end up being kind of lighter intensity days. Okay, hollow hold with the press. Ready? And here we go. Easiest to start with that weight in the air. Switch halfway. 2, 1, and rest. Yeah, so the variation there would be feet on left on the ground, but just having a little bit more control with your belly. Okay, lateral squats are next to wrap up round 1. Weight or lateral squats, so we're bringing that weight up to your shoulder. And here we go. Whatever side the weight's on, you're going to squat away from it. Halfway, switch it up. Two, one, and rest. Okay, that's round 1 out of 4. Going back up to the off-weighted squat. Okay, 5 seconds. Ready, and here we go. So if you're one who usually holds the weight down low for this weight off carry squat, for a goblet squat, we'll just hold with one hand then. So if holding up here bugs you, just hold it down low. Okay, halfway, switch sides. Keeping those feet flat on the floor, pressing your heels through just as much as your toes, and relax. Okay, push-up position is next. Getting started in 5, 2, 1, and here we go. Again, think about having if your feet were able to slide, would they slide? So we should be able to hold this position even if your feet could slide out from under you. Halfway there. So that means your hands have got to be under you rather than propped out in front. 5 seconds. 2, 1, rest. Okay, single arm swing is next. Ten seconds left to rest. I think with the 30 seconds rest, we should have weight in hand ready to go. Okay, ready? And here we go. If you're doing the swing, keep your hand well above your knees. So that weight should be passing right in between your knees. Switch sides. And rest. So all hip movement there. Okay, using your butt and the back of your legs to do the work. Hollow hold with a press is next. In 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. You can also bend your knees as a way to modify. So if you want to keep your feet up, switch sides. You want to keep your feet up, but having them straight is too much, just bend your knees and work from there. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, weighted lateral squat to wrap up round 2. And we're going to carry the weight on one side and bend the opposite leg. So we're squatting away from the weight. Ready? And here we go. Sitting back, getting those heels pressed into the floor. Switch sides. And rest. Okay, that's round 2. Halfway there. Off weighted squat is next. 10 seconds. All right, 5, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Switch sides. And rest. Okay, push-up position is next. Okay, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway there. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. The other big challenge with those is making sure that you're staying square, not shifting hips off side to side each time you pick up a hand. Keeping everything right down the middle. Single arm swing is next. Sometimes it's easiest to pull the swing from the floor to start. And here we go. So we reach out in front, slide it right back between your legs, and then pop up. Switch, other side. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, hollow hold with a press in 10 seconds. Remember, we can go legs straight, knees bent, or feet on the ground. All right, and here we go. Halfway. and rest. Okay, lateral squat to wrap up round 3. If holding up top doesn't work for you, just drop it down to your side. You're still going to squat the same direction. Right, so if you're holding low, here we go. If you're holding low, you'll just be bending the other leg. Remember, your upper body can lean forward a little bit here. Switch it up. Three, two, one, and rest. Back up to the top one last time. Okay, off weighted squat. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Switch sides. Three seconds, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, getting ready for the last set of pull-throughs. Focusing on keeping everything locked up tight. Hands under your chest rather than under your face. Okay, in 2, 1, here we go. Halfway. Three seconds, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, single arm swing or deadlift. All right, in 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Trying to keep that tailbone up, giving yourself that hamstring stretch. Use the stretch to stand you up. So even as you're hinging, switch sides. Even as you're hinging, you're keeping your tailbone up and out. In the deadlift. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, 2 minutes to go here. 2 exercises, hollow body hold to start. Remember how you can modify those bent knees or straight legs on the floor. All right, ready? And here we go. Halfway, switch sides. Two, 1, and rest. All right, last set coming up. 30 seconds of lateral squats. Done for the day. All right, in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Switch sides. Five seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, taking just a second to get your breath back here. We'll take our full 30 seconds. And we'll send you off. Five seconds. And done. Okay. Well, that was nice. Short and sweet, to the point. Great job this morning, gang. We're off and running for a good day. So have a great day. Check the Facebook group if you want to know what's coming up for the circuits. If you don't want to know, then just pass right by that post. So thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Brian.
Guys and gal. Sorry, Elaine. Have a great day.